Hello guys, welcome to the knowledge domain, the concept of life sciences and biotechnology. In this lecture series, we will focus on the various aspects of the animal behavior. Nico Tinborgens, along with Carl von Frisch and the Konrad Lorenz, share the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine in 1973 for their work on the discoveries concerning organization and elicitation of individuals and social behavior patterns. So nicotine versions has the four questions where there is a question why. Okay. So these why questions are as follows. Survival values are the functions. In this question, we study how a behavior helps an animal to survive and reproduce. Also, we study how natural selection has shaped its behavior. In the question evolution, we study how an animal ancestors behaved in the past, and causation and the mechanism. We study how nerves, muscles, hormones, and the brains coordinated to result in amazing complexity of the animal behavior. In the development questions, we study how genes, learnings, and other environmental factors shape the behavior of the growing animals. These four questions can be analyzed by a proximate analysis that focus on the immediate cause and the ultimate analysis that focus on the evolutionary forces that have shaped its trait over time. So the four questions, mechanism and the development, in this we analyzed by proximate perspective, and the survival values and the evolutionary or the phylogenetic is analyzed by the ultimate perspective. So coming to the definition of the behavior, which is a coordinated response of whole living organisms to internal and or the external stimuli. This is the simplest and most appropriate definition of the behavior. There are two types of the behavior. One is the instinct, which is also called the nature. It is the adaptation occurs over generation by selection. And the second one is the learning, also called the nurture, which is the acquired or the learned behavior. Results in the same end results by responding to the environment appropriately. So there are four questions, deals with the mechanism of the causations, development, survival of the functions, and evolution of the phylogenetic trees. There are two types of analysis. One is for the immediate, another is the evolutionary. Immediate is through the proximate perspective or the proximate analysis, and this is the ultimate perspective or the ultimate analysis. And behavior can be instinct or it can be learning behavior. To understand or to study the ethology, there are three foundations to approach to ethology. The force of the natural selection, ability of animals to learn, and power of transmitting learned information to the others, which is called the cultural transmission. It happens within a population. So natural selection, the learning activity, and the cultural transmission. This is one of the most important books that is written by the Darwin, and it gives a lot of information regarding the animal behavior. So in this, the natural selection, the process whereby the traits that confer the highest relative reproductive success of their bearer, those are heritable. Reproductive success means these are heritable, and heritable means they are passing from the successive generation. And with the successive generation, these traits, their frequency will keep on increasing according to the natural selection process. So how learning affects behavior within a lifetime of an organism, this is understands or we get the answers by proximate perspective means immediate results, and how natural selection affects the ability of animals to learn means it is evolutionary process. So this is being answered by the ultimate perspective. And a cultural transmission is whatever animal learns that is spreads in the individual of the population, and this is also called the social learning. So copying, someone learns something, it is copied by the other members of the population, which is known as the social learning. And coming to the natural selection, that we will understand by two examples. So this is the Merlin Duke and her colleague. They were working on the field cricket. Its name is the Teleogracilis oceania, found in the Hawaii. In the three islands, wherever this field cricket is found, in the same island, there is a parasite, Flywormia ocracea, that is also found. So this cricket, during the breeding season, the male, it produces a sound to attract the female partner. So the male producing sound is known as a singer. So that female is attracted. But in the same species, there are the other males which cannot produce a sound. And they are called the floating males or the satellite males. Why they are called the satellite males? Because they cannot attract the female by producing sound. So what they do, they usually stay around the singer so that when the female will approach to the singer, they will mate with the female. That's why they are called the satellite male. So when the male is producing sounds, whenever it is attracting the female partner or the female male, at the same time it is also attracting the parasite Flywormia ocracea. So how the nature is favoring this singer, this was experimented by Marlene Duke and her grouping. Okay. So this is called the playback experiment in which they generated the sound of the singer by loudspeakers, and they found that the floating males are reaching into the place where the sound is being produced faster than the singers. It early generations, it was the frequency or the percentage of the singers were higher in the Hawaii, but in the successive generation, it was found that the floating males percentage increases in the Hawaii. So they are naturally selected considering that they do not attract the parasites, which is killing them. So they have the selection advantage. So the next example is the xenophobia. So in this one, the animals from the group living species display fear of strangers. So there is a population. So when a stranger individual is coming to that population, they display the fear. So this is experimented on the common mole rat, which is the Cryptomys hotenotus. This is found in the South Africa, and they live underground colonies. So it is experimented in Magic and the arid environment. Magic has the 4 times higher precipitation compared to the arid environment. And what they did, they do the males and the females, and they did the aggression trials, where the two mole rates, one from the arid, one from the Magic environment, were put together, and aggression was studied. So we can see here that when the male versus male, the arid environment, the aggression is higher in the arid environment. Female versus female, the aggression is higher in the arid environment. And when it is between the opposite sexes, the aggression is less. But anyway, in the arid environment, the aggression is more. So in this one also, what they have done, that when the two known individuals from the same arid environment also put together to see the rejection rate, they found that the rejection rate is less. So from this, it is concluded that when it is a stranger and the resources are limited, then the xenophobia is higher. Thank you.